Sans Lux Apartments? Who's there? What? You're here? I don't believe it. Come in, come in. Come in, come in.
I can't believe you came. Those goddamn marshals never come. They think I'm a pest. I'm vigilant, is what I am. V-I-G-I-L-A-N-T. Anyhow, I hope you're ready for trouble, Rangers, because I got a situation here.
Oh, come on, Rosie. I always came when you called, didn't I?
You're with the Rangers now, Quan? Well, you were one of the better ones. I'm glad you're out of that marshal racket. Because I asked them to do their job. They hate that, the lazy, fat-ass carbuncles. If they never did a lick of work in their lives, it would be too much for them. Ugh. The guy in room 3, Irv. He's not supposed to have anybody else living there, but I hear voices in there all the time. They're always banging on stuff, and I can smell burning and bleach and I don't know what else. Make him stop it or throw him out. Either one is fine with me. I can't. The shifty bastard's put his own locks on the door. That's how I know he's up to no good. Apartment room 3, end of the long hallway. The door's on the right. I know he's up to something. I just know it.
Okay, Rosie. We got it.
Fuck off. Huh? Get the fuck out of my apartment.
Rainbow tables used to break encryption. Neat space demons intercepted. Display rendered object and assign. Redundant variable detection grid populated by live stream data. Alert. Do not delete local references to object. If memory allocation is null, then unhandled exception occurs. Avoid unintentional, unsigned wraparounds.
Sunday! Gone, the greatest mind of a generation, thrown down the Gazaman-Platz. I can see my own cells. Thank you so much. You have been the most gracious of hosts. Sacramento, California. 1, 3, 5, 7, 11. 11. 1, 3, 5. The square of the hippopotamus is 3 times the length of its eye. I can see my own cells.
Quit it now! You again. Get out of here. I got enough roaches in here already.
So, what'd you find in apartment 3? Was he making bombs like I said? Weirder how? Yeah, you were right. That's weirder than making bombs. Can I at least go in and clean up? Oh, his security deposit's not gonna cover the repairs, is it? If he wasn't in his apartment, then he's probably at the bookshop in Market Square. Look for a skinny guy, always wearing a lab coat. Let me know what happens.
Come in, Team November, Ranger HQ here. A squad of BAMFs rolled up to Ranger HQ, rough mercenary types. Their leader goes by Gary Wolf, claims to be an ex-Ranger. Says he has news for you about your old enemy. Seems like the cutthroat take-no-prisoner type. Over. Badass motherfuckers. That's a negative. Some hurt feelings and broken pottery, maybe, but they appear to be friendlies. No idea. Your guess is as good as mine. We'll be here. Over and out.
I'm sure they could use my help. I even got my own blackjack.
You ever notice that the statue's eyes follow you wherever you go? Yeah, always.
Hi. Do you have any books on cloning?
On what? Clowning?
I guess. Who are you? I'm Irv. What do you want? Oh no! Did you kill them? Oh, poor clones. They never really acted right. I screwed up the formula somehow. Please don't tell the marshals, but I'm one of his clones. Unfortunately, I'm 4th generation, at least. So, I'm not as smart as the original. Smart enough to use Dr. Finster's notes to get the cloning machine working again, but not smart enough to make good quality clones. I can't even make one as good as myself, and I'm not that good. Bits of me don't work very well at all. Oh, Dr. Finster was a genius. He's the only person in the world to have mastered the cloning of humans. He may have become a little paranoid at the end, but that doesn't lessen any of the good he gave to the world. Until he decided all humans had to die. He was a real humanitarian. The original? No, not anymore, but I guess, in a way, as long as I'm alive, he is too, because I'm him, aren't I? I'm him, but not the part of him that wanted to wipe out the entire human race, right? Yeah? I wasn't suggesting, no. You know the whole nature versus nurture debate? How some things are genetic and some things you learn? Well, that killing everybody part of him, that was nurture. He wasn't born that way, and neither am I swear. You believe me, don't you? Well, I guess I'm kinda afraid to make friends the normal way, so I made them an abnormal way. Only I didn't do it very well. When they came out of the chamber, there was something wrong with them. They were really stupid and really, really crazy. And they just got crazier day by day. If I hadn't run out of the apartment today, they would have killed me. I'm a bad father. I'm a bad father. Oh, thank God. So, you're not gonna arrest me? You're gonna let me be a real scientist? This is the best! I'm so grateful! I'll do good work for you, I promise. Thank you so much.
Any word on the loony in number 3 yet, Rangers? About time. Gonna take me a week to clean up that mess. What was his deal, anyway? Ah, that's kinda sad. What did you do with him? Well, how about that? I'm glad to hear it. Never wished the poor man ill, just didn't want him here. Thank you, Rangers. Here's a little something for taking care of the problem and tying it up in a pretty bow. So long. Oh, my sciatica.
Be seeing you, Rosie.
pot.
I'm sure they could use my help.
Rangers seal a deal with the Vegas mob? Prygo
Did
set
you just give me
shootout,
a
Little Vegas.
hickey?
Off-duty marshals slain.
By order of the Patriarch, only authorized personnel are to pass this gate.
My uncle, Gideon Reyes, wants to speak to the Rangers.
Oh, of course, Miss Wesson. Open it up, fellas!
Too soon to be back.
Do you have permission to be here?
They let anyone into the Heights these days.
Watch your step, Rangers.
I wish they'd get a younger preacher to come and give sermons.
You just want eye candy.
Guilty.
Do you have permission to be here?
Oh, thank God. You're the Westerners, aren't you? The Rangers? My husband, my Hardy, was in Aspen when Vic Buchanan raided the town. Vic took him hostage, but there's been no word for weeks. I know it's frightful wicked to hope for the safety of one soul over many, but I beg you, find him. Save him if you can.
No need to beg, Mrs. Knox. We have business of our own with Vic Buchanan. If your husband's alive, we'll find him.
I didn't see you there, Lucia. You're a good girl. Always have been. I'm dreadful sorry for your loss. We have money, Rangers. Even though we don't live fancy like some families do, if you bring my Hardy home safe, we'll donate all we can to your cause. He's a little on the portly side, always well-dressed, but he likes playing cowboy out on the ranch. Kindest man in the 100 families. That's why I married him. Yes, but we're homebodies, and neither of us is very political. We own bison ranches out east, supply Colorado Springs with half its meat. I know you will. Thank you, Rangers.
Ah, you're the Rangers, yes? I'm most pleased to see you. I'm Gideon Reyes.
Uncle Gideon, you heard about my family?
I did, Sabrina, and I'm so sorry. You know you always have a place in my house, for as long as you need.
I know, and I am grateful. But I have a place with these Rangers now. We mean to see justice done for my family.
Is that so, Rangers? She was always an impressive girl. My sister would be proud of her. Now, I expect you'll hear about my call. There is a situation in Colorado Springs that requires a delicate touch. But first, you need to know the truth about this city. Colorado Springs isn't as prosperous as it pretends. We can barely feed our existing population, and now smugglers are bringing refugees into the city every day. If we had enough food to support them, we would welcome them. But we don't. I've asked the Patriarch to chase off these smugglers, but he says the crisis with the Dorseys and his children have left the Marshals spread too thin. It seems he'd rather just have Sheriff Daisy keep putting refugees in the pillories, rather than stopping the tide at its source. It's infuriating. And that is why I've called you. The Plains, mostly. After the Patriarch defeated the Eastern gangs, people started settling out there, thinking it was safe. Now the gangs have returned, and all the homesteaders are fleeing back to Colorado Springs. Oh, of course. And not just in money. I do a lot of business with the local Arapaho garage, and I can get them to provide you with mechanics to service your vehicle. They always have the best, and I'll pay for everything. Thank you. I'm told the smugglers are operating out of the Bazaar, a trader's market east of Colorado Springs. When you find them, well, do what you can. Convince them to take the refugees elsewhere. Convince them to stop entirely. Arrest them. I just want this problem to go away. Thank you for agreeing to help. You are doing Colorado Springs a great service. Goodbye, and good luck.
Are you joining us for the next service? May the waters pass over you. The Dorseys twist our faith to justify their evil ways. The final deluge will wipe them from the earth.
So they killed the Wesleys, the Schulers, the Jacksons.
No part of your outfit matches anything.
Poor Lucia.
I am very well local private property. Please do not touch.
It feels so empty now. Even when Pa and Ma were traveling, they were here. Their spirits filled the place. Now, they do not. Only person who knew the combination to that safe was my mom. If you think you can guess it, I don't mind.
My dearest Lucia, I pray this message finds its way to you, as it is the last I am ever likely to give. Whatever becomes of us, you mustn't blame yourself. I know you would have wanted to be here at the end, but I am glad you are not.
Open the door, Weston! Time to face justice!
Your mother and I love you very much, and we are so proud of you what you have become. You are destined for great things, Miss Lucille Wesson. I regret that I shall not live to...
Oh, God! Mama used to love sitting in here. She'd be ashamed at the mess it's in now. Damn Dorseys weren't content to rip everything up. They had to toss the furniture around, too. Animals. Couldn't even leave my memories of this place alone. No point looking back there. It's smashed up even worse, and the Dorseys took everything worth stealing. Mama used to love sitting in here. She'd be ashamed at the mess it's in now. Wow. Daddy really didn't want any Dorseys to muck around with his cooking supplies.
Hey, boss.
Dorseys done tore through here and gutted the house. Until the Castillos can get this eyesore repaired, we're keeping it boarded up.
Step back, Rangers. I'm not supposed to let anyone near this servitor drone. It's malfunctioning something fierce, and we think it belonged to the Wessons.
That's right. I recognize that drone. It ran little errands for my father and alphabetized his books.
No, I mean, no, ma'am. Please, don't mind me. Go ahead and do whatever you need to do.
Big West mode objective located treasure.
Hey, look at him go.
Big West mode objective located treasure.
Nice work fixing that drone, Rangers.
I used to play on these streets. Now there's blood on them.
Hello, and welcome to the world's fabulous, most fantabulous home of the Ward family. What is your business at the Ward's estate? The master is expecting you. Please enter through the door.
Rangers, so good to see you. Thank you again for saving my life.
Your presence was not requested. Please leave immediately.
I knew the security system needed more security checks and fewer show tunes. Blast. You were the Rangers, correct? I expected our paths to cross eventually. Let me express my thanks for saving my son Bellamy in the Garden of the Gods. All I can manage is the ineloquent gratitude of a father who thought he lost his child. May I help you with something? Their names are Valor, Victory, and Liberty. They are Saul Buchanan's children. He loves them as only a father can. I understand that, love. That's all I should say. Please ask me about anything else. Most of my time is spent researching and developing technology. In time, I believe we can restore our standard of living to that of the legendary pre-war days in the 1980s. Who knows? Someday we may even exceed it. Goodbye, Rangers.
but gold. Rare status. Objective lock. Lift a few things for you in the yard. Love that.
That was Dad. Always thinking ahead.
No one's allowed in there. Which word didn't you understand? Please, step away.
Between Rangers and Marshals, will there be blood? Find out here!
Oh, real funny cartoon in there. When Jeffy ripped the robo arm off that scar collector, I cracked up.
I was gonna ask about...
Hey, you're the CO around here? Huh. Okay. Quality setup this time. Better than back in AZ. Guess Daddy Buchanan's buying you all the good gear. After the Rangers nuked Cochise, and themselves, I figured somebody competent had to chase down its mechanical brood. So I recruited folks who'd lost family to synths, and I formed a posse. Decommissioned a dozen of the plastic punks in AZ, then heard a feud headed east and followed them here. Now I'm getting flack from that tin star twat Daisy for exchanging fire with the synth we tracked to Colorado Springs. That's where you come in. Interferent bitch told the marshals to shoot us on sight if we stepped inside the city limits again, so we can't go after this October 11 synth. Was hoping you might be interested in taking care of it for us. Cash bounty for its head. Are you kidding me? Cochise is the Rangers' greatest enemy. A supercomputer that almost exterminated them twice, and which built an army of synths to kill every last human on Earth. Rangers aren't training their recruits at all these days, are they? Jesus, you're not one of those, are you? Fucking simps are always talking about how synths are sentient. They have feelings. Bullshit. That's how they trick you. Synths are just top-grade robots. What makes them dangerous is that every one of them has a little piece of Cochise in their electric brain, like a virus. And if you leave them alone for too long, that virus spreads. And pretty soon we have the goddamn robot apocalypse all over again. Not on my watch. We cap them as soon as we see them. Don't give them a chance to talk. Yeah, no idea why. Synths are weird that way. It and another synth called Tourmaline K'd some civs on their way here, just for kicks. So watch yourselves. 11 is a stone killer. Gotta be neutralized before it kills again. And killing it will help us find its comrades. All synths got a radio in their heads. Lets them communicate long distance and triangulate on each other. Once I crack 11's head open, I'll hack it for their locations. You want to go after the others too? I'll make it worth your time. We cornered 11 downtown and tried to take it out quietly. But there was a snafu and we had to open fire. Shot up the street, wounded some civs. Silly bitch wouldn't listen when I warned her about the synth. Acted like we were the problem and sent us packing. Fuck her.
Hey now, that's my ex-boss you're talking about, Hoss.
Lucky you quit then. She's a frag candidate for sure. Add it to your list? Ought to be your top priority. Whatever. We'll wait here until you bring back its head. Should still be downtown somewhere. You'll know you're near it when you start hearing weird static on your radio. Squad, at ease.
Hi, I'm Austin. I'm new.
Welcome aboard. Where are you from?
Oh, around.
Yeah, me too. We all are here.
Hello, Rangers. Permission to speak? I just wanted to say thank you again for saving my life. If you hadn't talked to Judge Watkins, well, I wouldn't be here, and I'm really happy to be here. I guess that's all I wanted to say. Thanks. Oh, and, Mom thanks you too.
Guessing it's gonna be tough getting that Valor kid out of Denver in one piece, but it's gotta be done. That kid Victory sounds like a bad apple. Beats working for the Marshals.
Is this the Rangers?
Yes, Mrs. Wong. What can I do for you?
Was there an earthquake just now? My cats are all jumpy all of a sudden.
We have not had any reports of an earthquake.
Glad to see you back, Rangers. Cleaned up the worst of the mess in your absence. Now, what can I help you with? Well, I've got friends in the Marshals, the Patriarch's Palace Guard, and some local militias. They've always got more folks wanting to sign up than they have positions for. So I asked my pals to send over everybody on their waiting lists. Now, some of these folks may be, less than top grade for sure, but most will be solid recruits, ready and willing to learn. You'll have to pick and choose. Happy to tell you what you need to know.
Sir, I have heard stories about you all my life. It is a tremendous honor to meet you in the flesh.
Oh, thank you, Miss Wesson. And I apologize in advance for not living up to the stories. Some of them might have stretched in the telling. Now, what do you all want to know? I do indeed. Some folks can't get past his brusque ways, but that's just the impatience of a man who knows what's right, dealing with fools who don't. He cares too deeply about the well-being of the people of Colorado to let political courtesy slow him down. Of course, you'll hear a lot of folk condemning him for hurting this group or that group with his decisions, but the way I see it, they should be glad it wasn't them who had to make the choice. Well, came here with my folks when I was a kid,
and was a young man when Saul was trying to unite the families and make Colorado a state. I got behind him right away. He had leader written all over him, even back then. I've served at his side ever since, fighting against the monster army, consolidating power here in town, helping him expand our borders.
What Mr. Greatsky means is that he played a key role in many of the Patriarch's greatest victories. And he had no small part in making Colorado what it is today.
You're too kind, Darius. Well, the fighting's never really ended. Trying to hold it all together is a constant struggle. This business with his children is just the latest in a long line of troubles. Stories? They are stories indeed these days. I've told him so many times all the truth's been wrung out of him. Now, let's see. Here's one. So, one day we were hunting monster army raiders and came upon a tin-walled shack. The people inside were shooting at us and not answering our calls to parley. Well, I got sick of that real quick and unslung my rocket launcher. But Saul, he holds up a finger, then creeps around behind the compound. Well, pretty soon we hear him smashing through those tin walls with his hammer, and then comes two high-pitched screams. A few moments later, he comes striding out, carrying a child under each arm. They've been shooting at us because they thought we were coming to eat their dying parents. Now, I will never know how Saul knew it was kids in there rather than raiders, but somehow he did. And we brought them and their folks back to the city and helped them out until they got well again. And he's always been like that. An uncanny ability to always do the right thing. Happy to. What's on your mind? I'll be here.
Hope you catch that victory kid soon, before he hurts somebody.
Our feeding systems restored. Servitor look for more efficient questing of more routes and empties.
The food you're feeding us is gonna cause a mutiny. I'd hire a cook if I was you.
Welcome to your communications hub, Rangers. The Patriarch was good enough to let me use my own gear, and I have my high-frequency radio equipment all set up. From here on out, I will be your voice in the wind. You can contact Ranger HQ at any time through your radio, and I'll reach out as needed. When there's a arrest to be made under your authority, just radio them into me. Pleasure to serve. I've worked the radio for some time now, and I hear all kinds of stories from other parts of the world. Horrors you wouldn't believe. Is Colorado perfect? No, but it's a damn sight better than any alternative I've seen. Speaking frankly, great. Protect and serve, right? Things had grown stale with the Marshals. It felt like I'd reached the end of what I could do for the people there. Proud to be a Ranger now. The finest setup you'll find this side of the Rockies. This equipment took years to get together. A lot of it custom work. String and pieces of gum, you know? This is the only setup in Colorado able to communicate on all sorts of frequency bands, up to the HF band. That means we can reach you pretty much no matter where you are in Colorado. The basic controls are straightforward. You should try the device yourselves whenever you're here. I've picked up all kinds of signals. It's possible you could even reach Arizona. I'm not. It just turns out artificial intelligence isn't that much different from fiddling with radios. Easy enough to install, it turned out, but I wouldn't know the first thing about it otherwise. Anytime.
Hey, Rangers. I'm here at last. It'll take a while, but I think I'll be able to make an actual surgery out of this place. Just need to call in a few favors for equipment and supplies. If you need treatment now, well, I think I'm ready for that. What do you need? Fine. Everything is fine. For now. I'll do what I can. Have a seat. I brought a few things over from the garage. Not much yet, but...
Hi, Rangers. Thanks again for letting me work for you. This is so exciting! I am so happy. I'm learning so much. All my life I wanted to be a scientist, but all I could do was read the books and dream. And now I can actually do things. It's incredible! He's wonderful. He's almost as smart as Dr. Finster, but without all the, you know, evil. A horse that will drink when you lead it to water. Yes, theoretically. I can have the machine take your genetic material and run the process, but no guarantee what comes out the other end. I did make a few tweaks to the process, though, so whatever it is, it probably won't be so angry. Probably. That's probably a good idea. Thank you, Rangers. You saved my life.
What the hell was Joey thinking setting us up with this straight job bullshit?
Yeah, we ought to be out doing things. Big things.
Yeah, planning a job or something.
Some serious money.
Get out of
said
here. A real payday. None of this penny-ante ranger pigeon feed.
So, anybody got any ideas?
As someone who cares.
That Reed kid's crying in his cell. Doesn't realize he got off lucky.
I'm working here.
Hey, I'm Joey Bag of Donuts. And Mr. Brygo sent me down, you know, as thanks for helping him out with his, trouble. Apparently, I'm supposed to be your new armory guy. That's good. You know, I know my way around this stuff. Well, you know, though he is an honest businessman and an upstanding citizen, Mr. Brygo has more than his share of enemies, which means that he needs bodyguards. And those bodyguards need tools, yeah? So, he had been doing business with me, a simple freelance gunsmith, but he got tired of waiting for me to finish up work for other clients. So he decided to employ me full-time. Find, clean, and service guns for him, and only him. Since then, I've been a made man and do whatever Mr. Brygo wants. And right now, he wants me to find, clean, and service guns for you. and only you. Sweet deal, right? Let me show you. This refugee situation, it's a temporary thing, am I right? Nah, it's my favorite subject. I'm the son of a son of a son of a gunmaker, and I'm proud of carrying on the family trade. Back in Vegas, the Bug of Donuts name has been synonymous with the finest quality guns since before the war. Whenever anybody's plucked anybody else in, you can bet that a bag of donuts was part of it. And now that Mr. Brygo is in Colorado, I'm hoping to continue that tradition here. Hey!
That Valor kid doesn't sound much more stable than his brother. Here to serve. Have you found the rogue synth yet? The one that's supposed to be hiding downtown?
Rangers, Little Vegas stays open, and Brygo owes us a favor. Smart.
Been sleeping soundly for the first time in my life.
We're pitching in where we can. I hope we've been some help at least. Anything you need? Careful out there. It's an uncaring world.
We'll see.
We're cool. Plenty of space for you, plenty of space for us.
Stay sharp.
Everything's cool. Hope Steeltown sorts itself out. If it falls apart, so does the rest of Colorado.
What you did? If she does come to see you, she's gonna get frisked twice and talk to you with handcuffs on.
I don't care if she shoots me. I just want to see her again.
I know it's an odd thing to say to a man in a cell, but it just might be time for you to move on.
What have I done?
You're a worm, Isaac. I should have killed you.
Reed's crying in his cell. Wee numpty doesn't realise he got off lucky.
What have I done?
This is a better justice than you deserve. My uncle tells me you're a man of questionable morals, Mr. Kwan.
Well, that's why I'm on the payroll. Somebody's got to get their hands dirty, so good folk like you can keep your hearts clean.
That's not how Colorado Springs works, Mr. Kwan. That's how you work.
Huh. I'm sure you know best.
Oh, come on, I know you don't like the way I've been treated. Can you help me get out of here?
I do not like the way you've been treated, but you are directly responsible for letting the Dorseys into the city.
I was trafficked there. Farron Brago made me do it.
And if Baron Brago jumped off the bridge, would you jump off one too?
Huh?
Never mind. Just be glad the Rangers picked you up and not the Marshals. Or else, you know where you'd be. What do you think? Scrubbed up nice, huh? What can I do for you? Isaac and his friends have been no trouble. I know they acted remarkably stupid, even by the metric of hot-headed teenagers. But now, they see the error of their ways. Them being here, instead of bleeding out among the rocks at the garden, or frozen on those nightmarish pillories, is what true justice looks like, Rangers. Someday we'll be able to let them out, and they will spend the rest of their lives working to better Colorado. Good luck out there.